Hey guys, my bad. My fault. My PC was messing up. But yeah, like I said, I can't wait till they get him. But I'm gonna cut my camera off real quick, and I'll be right back with you guys. All right?
I have nieces out there. I have my sister up there. Until we figure out who this person is, I mean, everything's kind of, like you said, kind of on a lockdown because everybody's scared to death right now. Yeah. Shantae told one of the girls that she was walking with that night that she was supposed to be coming back to meet Colin Smith. Yeah, that's what we've heard. Would that make you jealous if she's going to go over there and meet with Colin? Yeah, it made me jealous, but agitated, but it was still sincere in a way that I can't do anything about it. I mean, so it wouldn't make you mad if she was hooking up with somebody else? It wouldn't make you mad? It would, but not to stand this far away. A mother and her, I mean, I would never do that to that girl. I don't really have much family around here. My dad's in a nursing home. Sisters in Dallas. Well, that would make it even worse, though, because the one person that you care about, if she's sleeping around with somebody else, that would, now the only connection you got out here, now just move on.
Upon speaking with both men, detectives notice they appear more nervous than before. That said, they also know both have prior run-ins with law enforcement and could simply be wary of being wrongly targeted. But one detail stands out. Only John appears to have deleted messages from his phone. By the end of both interrogations, only circumstantial evidence remains, so detectives release the men while instructing them to provide DNA samples. Shortly afterwards, Colin arrives at the station.
This is why I'm saying they need their ass whooped. They needed to get pistol whipped, whooped, and jumped. And y'all would have told me the truth. Then I would have asked her, and I would have asked the family, what would y'all like to be done with them? Then whatever they wanted, that's what would have happened. That's how I feel as though that's what it went down.
And this time, things would take a very different turn. Feeling as though he may be their strongest suspect yet, investigators immediately ask him to take a polygraph test. And as they sit down with him, it doesn't take long before Colin admits he hasn't been entirely honest with them.
Whoever it is a pretty sick person and they're still out there somewhere, whether it's a guy or a girl. I mean,
what do you think it's going to take to pass the test today?
To pass the test? What do you mean?
What do you think it's going to take to pass the polygraph?
Honesty?
Honesty, yeah, that's going to be the...
I'm an honest person, so I hate liars, so. When she was with John, she always had ace bandages and on. Always looked like something was wrong with her.
Sure.
She was always telling me about him putting her hands on her.
Were y'all pretty sexual back then?
We had this a couple times, and I told him no the other day just because I was scared.
As far as how she died, what all do you know about how she died?
Alright, this is the first story we got, alright? It's sickening, honestly. Sorry for cussing, but it's really sick to think how many people out there have been gossiping and like making their own stories up, you know what I mean? Like,
what do you think the person that killed her is feeling right now?
I don't know.
Think they're feeling a little guilty about it? Do you think
I think it's your boyfriend, John. Only thing I can say is maybe John did it out of like a crime of passion, you know.
Interestingly, Colin admits that he was, in fact, involved in an intimate relationship with Shantae, but he insists that he has been truthful about everything else. However, that claim would soon be put to the test when the polygraph examination begins, and before long, something would happen that would cause Colin to abruptly end the interview.
EVE Online is a
Hey,
Like I say, man, these are some sick people, and and a lot of these people, like something my wife said not too long ago, like when we was talking about like certain people mental health and stuff, and we was saying, matter of fact, I think we was watching our favorite show, one of our favorite shows, Criminal Minds. We was watching Criminal Minds, and I forgot what episode it was or something, but Like she was saying, like we was talking about. I think it was the episode with the girl. She she kidnapped. She was kidnapping ladies and like using this drug on them, and then making them into like her own life size dolls or whatever. Like putting makeup on them or something like that. And I forgot what we was saying, but she said something like, even though that they doing that, they still know that they wrong because when the police come and all this and all that, when somebody coming for them and they you know and they come and arrest them or coming to stop them, they get scared, they get nervous, they try to run away because they know what they're doing is wrong, even if it's sick or even if they have a mental disability. Like at some point, it's wrong for you to keep doing it, even if you like it at some point. But at the same time, it's like Holmes with this type of stuff. Like, bro, you're literally out here doing rituals. Say, like what the hell was y'all trying to get? With no, like.
Colin, when we take this test, man, I'm starting to see some things in here that's a little bit concerning to me. You got to be sure to be still when we take the test. First off, secondly, you got to be keep everything the same. As far as when you're answering, there's a little bit of movement going on. Okay, so just everything you do, just be yourself. Okay, that's all we're asking. Colin, what do you think the best question to ask you is going to be today?
Did I kill Shante Blankenship?
Whether it be through strangulation, whether it be through blunt force, whether it be through whatever, did you physically cause the death of Shante is what I'm asking, okay? So your response is no. What have you not been honest with me?
I've been honest to you about everything.
Okay, so why is it showing that you're being deceptive about this?
I guess because I don't understand how what's showing. Tell me what's showing.
You're not even showing any reactions to those questions where I'm telling you to lie about it. Where I'm telling you.
Because you told me to stay as long as I can and look at the board, so I'm just saying yes and no.
Yeah.
Yes and no.
And you know what? The reactions that we're showing on this is, man, you're off the freaking charts.
I'm telling you, I didn't do anything wrong, and I'd like to leave.
And that's up to you. I can't force you to be here, but you're the one that's that needs to clear this thing up.
I did come in here to clear it. I gave DNA right off the bat, the very first one to test for DNA, and I came in here willingly. This is a bunch of crap, man.
Yeah, there's the door.
I did what I was supposed to do. I was 100% cooperative.
As Colin walks out of the room,
They all did it. You hear me? They all did it. I ain't trying to hit nothing like I ain't trying. What's the point, bruh? Like certain things I understand you got to get a little more strategic, find out what the details. But certain things, bruh, you do not have to keep looking forward. You don't. Sometimes, bruh, you can just look and be like, that nigga Wellen, ain't he? Yeah, he Wellen. They did it, didn't they? Yeah, he did it. They did it. I had to talk to myself real quick. Cause what are we doing here, guys?
detectives begin to believe they may have found their killer. Because while Colin had been adamant that he had nothing to do with Shantae's death, his polygraph results appear to tell a very different.
I can't even read that, but all I know is this. All I know is that second one, hold on. This one look wild. That one look wild. This one just look like, I don't know. This is the straightest one. That's probably just the demonstration. That's probably is anything.
Story, his elevated emotional responses reflected in changes to his breathing, heart rate, blood pressure, and perspiration suggest
Banged it.
he may not have been entirely truthful when answering questions about Shantae's death. That said, polygraph results
Third, the prosecutor should argue that the polygraphic results are admissible under Rule 403 United States. United States. Polygraph question, sure is not, so I think it's not appropriate and central issue in the case. Second that. Finally, polygraph results may be inadmissible under federal rule of evidence 608 unless or until the credibility of the witness is first attacked. Although the government should seek the exclusion of polygraph results in the district court, there is no bar to the introduction of voluntary and incriminatory statements made during a polygraph examination. If the defendant claims that his confession was concurred or some circuits. I was lost for a second. I kept looking at the word. I was about to say circus. The circuits have held that the government may rebuke the claim of I can't pronounce it with my phone. When you can't pronounce a word, it's okay to look it up and figure it out. Then I can see what it actually means too. Phone's turned down. Coercion. Dumbass. You said coerce right there. You said coerce right there. It was right there. Sometimes you gotta think. Coercion by introducing evidence of the polygraph examination. Forgive me, y'all. Some words that I can't pronounce. I'm a little slow sometimes. It's cool. Let's go.
aren't foolproof and aren't admissible in court as proof of guilt. DNA, however, is a very different story, and with DNA samples now collected from John, Colin, and Bobby, detectives believe the answer to who killed Shantae must lie with one of them.
Play a story-driven game that drops you into the 20th century. Smooth music, graphics, and gameplay make for an unforgettable individual journey.
Let's say it for y'all one more time. It's all three of them.
The samples are sent to the Tarrant County Medical Examiner's Laboratory in Fort Worth, more than 100 miles away. And while detectives and the entire community wait for answers, the killer remains free to roam the streets. A month passes, and the DNA results finally arrive. But when the DNA profile is entered to the National DNA Database, there are no matches. No match to John, Colin, or Bobby, and no matches to any known offenders in the area. Detectives are left with a troubling possibility. Perhaps their killer wasn't a local, but someone passing through town who had already disappeared for good.
So the whole entire time, it was neither of them. My bad, y'all. That's how it happens, don't it? The whole entire time. I was talking all that trash about it. The whole entire time, it was neither of them.
More than a year into the investigation, in October 2000...
That is crazy. Then a year later? That is crazy. Damn.
2017, another investigator who had worked on Shantae's case, Carlisle Gover, would make an incredible discovery. While watching a true crime show, Gover learns about an emerging technology known as DNA phenotyping, a technique that had successfully solved another cold case by generating a snapshot prediction of what a person may look like using only their DNA. The next day, Gover rushes to tell the lead detective known as DNA phenotyping, a technique that had successfully solved another cold case by generating a snapshot prediction of what a person may look like using only their DNA.
So you mean to tell me that they had this out? Do you know how many cases will be solved? That's almost every rape case. Let me make
True crime show, Gover learns about an emerging technology known as DNA phenotyping, a technique that had successfully solved another cold case by generating a snapshot prediction of what a person may look like using only their DNA. The next day, Gover rushes to tell the lead detective, Scott Bird. Within hours, the $4,000 needed for the testing is secured and the DNA is submitted. And as the image slowly begins to take shape, suspects would be eliminated one by one until the true killer turns out to be someone no one ever expected.
Yeah, by the time that the Blankenship case came along, we had a couple of cases that had used the phenotyping information to help solve their cases, given the investigative capabilities that they had at that time, which were not DNA. He managed to avoid leaving any clues that got him caught. But he did leave DNA. He just didn't know that that was going to be the thing that would finally catch him.
This is Dr. Ellen Graytak, Director of Bioinformatics at Parabon Nanolabs, the company behind the snapshot technology detectives used in the hunt for Shantae's killer. Within weeks of receiving the DNA evidence, Parabon's team analyzes the sample and generates a snapshot report predicting the unknown suspect's physical appearance. And as soon as it lands on Scott Bird's desk, he immediately recognizes the man, 21-year-old Ryan Riggs.
He definitely did it. He definitely did it. What's that movie, bruh? Not the one with the pale white boy. He remind me of the dude that played off of Freddy versus Jason, the little short white dude, but he played in that other movie when he was shooting everybody and killing everybody, like he went on a killing spree. I forgot what it was called, but it was on Prime. And Cuz just went, well, he ain't go crazy. He was mad at the government, but he was start killing the government. Then they made 2 movies at the jump. That's crazy. That's wild. My bad, other 3 y'all, John, Cuz, and the other nigga. But y'all niggas still look sus. Y'all still look sus. Y'all look sus. Cool, Colin, you cool. Colin, you cool. But John and the rest of them, I don't know. That nigga look like it's...
Years earlier, before entering law enforcement, Bird had taught Ryan in the 5th grade. When detectives dig deeper, they discover Ryan had been there the entire time. He was a longtime family friend, attended Shantae's funeral, rode around with John calling out her name during search parties, and even hugged her parents at the wake. Detectives now know it was all an act. A years-long act that Ryan managed to maintain perfectly.
Go reward yourself. Go play.
On November 9th, officers head straight to his address, but instead, they're met by Ryan's parents, who reveal that he has already fled. Within hours of the image being released, Ryan manages to slip away, and once again, police are back at square one, until the following evening at a church service when Ryan decides to do something completely unexpected.
As I do before every service, Scott, I stand in the parking lot greeting people. And there was Ryan standing there with his mother, Michelle, and he said, I'm going to turn myself in tonight. He said, I murdered her. And I said, at that point, I'm going to step out in the parking lot and call Sheriff Hill. We're going to take you to the law enforcement center. He said, yes, sir. I want to confess to them.
To detectives' surprise, less than an hour ago, Ryan had unexpectedly shown up at a Wednesday night service where he made a horrifying confession. He was responsible for murdering Shantae. Not only that, he had just walked into the sheriff's office alongside Pastor Keener, saying he wants to turn himself in. Baffled by the situation, detectives bring Ryan into the interrogation room, and when they sit down with him, they let him speak, trying to determine whether this young man in front of them is truly the dangerous killer they've been hunting for nearly 2 years.
So this happened on Friday the 13th. Tell me about that day. How'd you start that day out?
I don't remember how I started the day. It was just like an average day to me up until I did what I did. I had stopped and asked her if she needed a ride, and she got in my truck. And then out of nowhere, I just put my left arm around her and began to strangle her. I went back to my truck and got a lawnmower blade out of the back of my truck. And I went back to where she was, and I beat her to death with it to make sure that she was dead. I've always had this different part of me that it just wants nothing but destruction and evil. And whenever I saw her that day, it took over. So I knew what I was trying to get. It wanted to kill somebody.
Ryan's description of what he did to Shantae perfectly matched.
Damn. Is it fucked up that now I kind of feel sorry for him? Cause it's like, damn, son, like, shawty, wow, but you anything ass nigga, like you had like, ugh. But you sound about some you went. I don't know though, cause people be saying that they be going like a lot of people use that mental stuff for to escape it though. So that's another thing. But I ain't gonna lie, he do look weird. He looked like something wrong with him though. He looked like he probably done been through some shit before. But that I'm sorry, that still don't excuse the point. But I do respect that he did turn himself in though. I do respect that. But waited a whole year, like. The only reason why he turned himself in is because, I mean, they caught him. Like, just imagine if they didn't catch him. Like, if they didn't do the thing with the DNA test, you know what I'm saying? He would have. Yeah, matter of fact, now I just thought about that. Yeah, nah, he ain't get no sympathy from me. No, because nigga, if they would have never came up with that DNA test thing, you wouldn't have never came out. Well, nah, I'm sorry. Nope, I'm sticking with that. Because they would have never came out with that, John. You would have never fled, and then you would have never came back and told his mom that you was gonna turn yourself in. So nah, nigga, nope. Nah, you ain't got no sympathy for me. Fuck you too.
Just the details from the crime scene, details that had never been made public. To detectives, it leaves little doubt that he is, in fact, the killer.
If you could say something right now to Shantae, what would you say?
That I'm sorry that I did what I did. And whatever I have coming towards me, I deserve.
What do you think you deserve?
Death for sure.
Anything else?
No.
All right, Ron, you are officially under arrest for capital murder.
With the charges laid bare, Ryan Riggs ultimately pleads guilty to the capital murder of Shantae. When news of Ryan's arrest reaches Shantae's mother, Michelle, she releases an emotional statement thanking the community for its support.
Hey, everyone. I don't know if everybody knows, but we caught him. We got him tonight for a capital murder trial. God has blessed us with him, and it breaks my heart because this man went to church with her, and he's just a kid himself. I wanted everyone to know that we appreciate everything y'all have done.
In 2019, Ryan is ultimately sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. But even with Ryan behind bars, the abandoned property where Shantae was found continues to haunt the town. The site became infamously known as the Haunted House. People regularly jumped the fence to explore the property, reopening old wounds for Shantae's family. Eventually, in 2025, both the house and the storm shelter were demolished in an effort to finally bring peace to the community and allow it to move forward. And while this case left Texas shaken by a killer hiding in plain sight,
That's crazy. That's crazy, man. I'm not gonna lie, that was a crazy twist. That was a crazy, because I definitely thought those three dudes definitely did that to her. I really did think that. But message from here, man. No, my future videos, I will be doing more videos like this, or talking about situations, or even going on my Instagram, going down to save videos that I saved, just to, sit there and talk about certain things. Definitely going to get into more Islamic videos. We're going to learn more about the prophets. We're going to learn about the prophets, may peace and blessings be upon them. We're going to learn about more about Islam. I need to learn more. Also, while I'm on this jump, I need help with Arabic. So hopefully, inshallah, while I be on here and be a little more consistent, I can hopefully find someone and maybe find a community to help me with it. But note here, man, just be careful, man. Be careful who you talk to. Be careful who you date. Be careful who's around your kids, because you never really know in this world, man. You never really know. You never know who's out to get you. You never know who's just. You never know what anybody else got on their mind. You never know what they got planned. You never know if a person even likes you or not. You don't know. You don't know. Just stay safe. Keep your faith in God, man, and just do what you got to do to survive out here, man. And I ain't saying it to say, like, cut corners or cross anybody back or nothing. I'm saying that, do what you got to do to survive out here, meaning, put yourself in a good position to where, so that you're at least able to protect yourself, earn you some income, make sure your family can eat, and do what you got to do, but mainly make sure everybody up here is straight. 'Cause that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get my mind right. Trying to. I've been trying to get my mind right for years, and you know, a lot of us, we fail, but we got to get right back up. 'Cause man, it's people out here that's like this. It's people out here that's like this. It's people out here that don't care about your mama, your daughter. They don't care about what happened. They don't care about what's going on in your life. They don't care. So we have to be strong, and like I said, the unity. We have to come together as one, as a people. A lot of us think we know. Including me. A lot of us think we know a lot. A lot of us do. So when we don't know, we don't know. But y'all stay in tune, man. This has been the NolyaNiko Show, part 1 of the day. Part 2, we're gonna get into a couple of games and probably hit up Division. Either Division, or I probably do Ghost Recon. I ain't played that in a while. Also, I haven't done it yet, but the NolyaNiko, on the NolyaNiko Show, Loyalty Over Money. Last episode with me and my brother Damo. After that, I'm done with it. To be honest, I had the urge to do it, but I don't want to promote that no more. I'm kind of tired. Getting tired of promoting GTA as far as with that movie base, honestly, for real. But I still love it because I love directing. Like, I actually, like, no funny, I actually love, that's the one part I love about it. Like, if there was a game that you can kind of like live just real life, like you can go whichever way you want to, just almost like a GTA type of thing, and then I can record it like a Rockstar editor and do it that way. Like, I would play that game all day because there's so many things that I would do. So many things. But I'm gonna make the last episode for me and my brother. Might make another one just because. Oh, matter of fact, it's probably gonna be a couple more. I'm lying. It's probably gonna be a couple more. So I'll probably make like 2 more maybe. But other than that, I'm done. And the other 2 is just gonna be videos that I made with my cousin and my brother. But I don't really talk to my other cousin like that. So I ain't really gonna put his dialogue in there. I'm gonna just have him as a person in there. But yeah, man. But this been the NolyaNiko Show. I'm your host, NolyaNiko. See y'all later. Stay tuned, stay safe, and remember, keep your faith in God, man. Love y'all. Peace out.